info that may come as a surprise. Sometimes we like to dance with just us guys.
Welcome to Wootzor Unboxing. This is Mikey Gross. Today we're going to be boxing the Fantasy Flight Games Rebel Transport Expansion Pack. As you can see here, it just came in. Rebel Transport. All sorts of fun stuff on the back. But, you know, I know what you're here for, so let's get started. Standard, plastic wrap. What we do have is a pretty big box, though, from Fantasy Flight Games. I purchased this from our local friendly neighborhood game store, the Bookery Fantasy Comics and Games. It's in Fairborn, Ohio. As always, they're always such great people, and they've got me into gaming. So, let's get started. Let's start with the most important thing first. The thing that you came for, and the thing that I want to show the most. The ships. So, here we have it, and it's plastic. It's kind of flimsy packaging, so buyer beware. Let's start opening this thing up. There we go. Start with our X-Wing here. It's got the orange tip. If you can see the red astromech. Orange tip. And special markings here. This is supposedly Jack Porkin's X-Wing. Put you back in the box. Move the cat. Let's pull the Mamva Jam out. Got to see this back at Gen Con, but we didn't really get to see it up close. Man, the detail on this thing is crazy. And cargo pods. That is awesome. You've got your pegs here, here, set of engines, here. Yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. That is badass. We'll get the pegs out of here in a minute when we go through the 70 some odd cards. But let's get a little closer to the action. Okay. So now the box and the cards and everything else. It's practically a shoebox of its own. Stuff. All right. Maneuver dial templates. The pegs to put the ship on. The ship tiles, which of course are just like the other ship tiles. Looks to be a fleet, some sort of box for ship fleets and whatnot. I'm going to get the stuff out to put it on its pegs because I think that's going to be awesome to see. Let's see how many pegs high it can go. Looks like one peg high. So those of you running the 3 high lambdas and everything, sorry. Okay. Got our forward triangles. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a triangle-shaped hole. So it's more of a trial and error till you get it right. And there we go. We got a ship on stands. All right, what else we have in the box is a kind of a fleet mission for scenarios. You know, fleet 200 points, resources, mission 1 results, mission 2 results, because it's kind of building like a living campaign where you build off each mission. So you're playing an Imperial player 5-6 times, and their stuff is happening. They're losing people, they're losing experienced pilots, you're losing experienced pilots. It's more of like a best of 5 series. Same thing for the Rebels. Or the Imperials, I'm sorry. 100 points versus the 200 Rebel points. Mission 2 is 200 points, Mission 3 is 125. And there you go. Double-sided, but I would recommend just to make copies. All right. Our rule book. Component list: 1 ship, 1 large ship, 2 bases, 2 pegs, ship token, maneuver dial. Oh my goodness. Your best bet would just be to go to the Board Game Geek link that I've included here at the bottom. It's crazy. In our rule book, got assembly, new rules, epic icon, the ships, activation phases, how to use the maneuver dial, resources, huge ship examples, rules, evacuation of the scenarios, evacuation of Hoth, mission setup examples, more missions, and then the maneuvers. Energy is required to do some of these maneuvers, so there you go. It's the rule book. Let's go to the tokens themselves. They are long token cardboard pieces. So it looks like we've got a maneuver dial that kind of tells us, this is what it's going to be doing. Plus Sputnik. And probably for actions. Obviously got to read the rule. This is the maneuver template. 34s. We've got our energy component. We've got shields, focus token, jump to light speed, all sorts of mission tokens. Got our ion tokens, stress tokens, maneuver dials. There's the maneuver dial. We've got Red Squad Pilot, Rookie Pilot, Red Squad Pilot, Rookie Pilot. We've got Hobby Cliven, Jack Porkins, Tarn Meissen, and Wes Jansen, some of the rogues. Then the ship itself. That's it for tokens. Let's go to the really fun stuff, the cards. All right. The GR75 game card. You'll have to read the rules to understand what these do, but it's got 3 Rubik's Cubes, 2 crew, a Borg sphere, some wingmen, 30 points, 4084. You obviously can put a lot of stuff on here. So, it starts at 30 points. If you notice here, this is the epic icon. Go on to our next pilot, Wes Jansen. After you perform an attack, You may remove one focus, evade, or blue target lock token from the defender. He's a 8 pilot. He's got a pilot ability, proton torpedoes, or an astromech. Jack Porkins, when you receive a stress token, you may remove it and roll 1 attack die. On a hit result, deal 1 face down damage card to this ship. 26 points. You've got Hobby. When you acquire or spend a target lock, you may remove 1 stress token from your ship. Proton Astromech. Tarn. When an enemy ship declares you the target of an attack, you may acquire a target lock on that ship. Red Squadron. Rookie. Ion token reference card. Back to the GR75. Now time for the little cards. Command pod casualties. So I'm going to break out the damage decks here because there's a 4 damage deck and an aft damage deck, depending on where you're hitting. You'll know because it'll show on the picture of the damage that it's 4 damage versus aft damage. So some of the 4 damage cards. Hull breach. Cannot use this card. You can spend energy to get rid of it. Hull breach. Spend 2 energy to flip this card face down. Broadcast malfunction. Cannot perform the jam action. You must spend 1 energy to perform any action. When you execute a bank, suffer 1 damage. If you draw a damage card, draw it from the force damage deck. Roll 1 attack die. On a hit result, this card's put face down. Same thing. Direct hit, 2 damage. Direct hit, 2 damage. Direct hit, 2 damage. Direct hit, 2 damage. Hull breach. So back to the beginning. The aft damage cards. Command pod casualties. Assign 1 stress token to 1 friendly or small ship or large ship. Then your opponent may assign 1 stress token to one of your small or large ships. So may assign 1 stress token to one of your small or large ships. The GR75 is considered a huge ship. Command pod casualties again. Reactor leak. Reduce the amount of energy you gain by 1. Reactor leak. Reactor leak. Power and projector power failure. You cannot perform the reinforce action unless you have 3 energy. Reactor cowl rupture. When you perform a recover action, you cannot recover more than 2 shields. Engine damage. Engine damage. Engine damage. Back to command pod casualties. Our Astromechs R3A2. When you declare the target of your attack, if the defender is inside your firing arc, you may receive 1 stress token to cause that defender to receive 1 stress token. R2D6. Your upgrade bar gains the pilot upgrade. Oh boy. You cannot equip this upgrade if you already have a pilot upgrade or if your pilot skill is 2 or lower. But still. R4D6, when you're hit by an attack and there are at least 3 uncancelled hit results, you may choose to cancel those results until there are 2 remaining. For each one you cancel, receive 1 stress token. R5P9, at the end of the combat phase, you may spend one of your focus tokens to recover 1 shield, up to your shield value. Flechette torpedoes. Yikes, those sound nasty. Discard this card, spend your target lock. After you perform this attack, the defender receives 1 stress token if its hull value is 4 or lower. Another flechette. 3 flechette total. The WED-15 repair droid. Spend 1 energy to discard one of your face down damage cards, or spend 3 energy to discard one of your face up damage cards. That's pretty neat. Ooh, a crew member. Torin Fair. Huge ship, rebel only. Action, spend any amount of energy to choose that many ships at range 1 to 2. Remove all focus, evade, and blue target lock tokens from those ships. Holy crap. Ooh, Carlos Riken. At the start of the activation phase, you may discard this card to treat each friendly ship's pilot skill value as 12 until the end of the phase. Jan Dodana. When another friendly ship at range 1 is attacking, it may change one of its hits to a crit. Expanded cargo hold. Once per round, when you'd be dealt a face-up damage card, you may draw that card from either the fore or aft damage deck. Diabolic gas supplies. You may discard this card to gain 3 energy. Comms booster. Spend 1 energy to remove all stress tokens from a friendly ship at range 1 to 3. Then assign 1 focus token to this ship. Or that ship. Frequency jammer. When you perform a jam action, choose 1 ship that does not have a stress token at range 1 of the jam ship. The ship receives 1 stress token. Okay. Backup shield generator. At the end of each round, you may spend 1 energy to recover 1 shield, up to your shield value. Engine booster. Limited. Immediately before you reveal your maneuver dial, you may spend 1 energy to execute a white 1 maneuver. You cannot use this ability if it would overlap another ship. Okay, let's see. Our next one is the EM emitter. When you obstruct an attack, the defender rolls 3 additional defense dice instead of 1. Pardon me, we've got a cat on the table. Bad cat. Shield projector. When an enemy ship becomes the active ship during the combat phase, you may spend 3 energy to force that ship to attack you until the end of the phase. Slicer tools. Choose 1 or more enemy ships at range 1 to 3 that have a stress token for each ship. Oh, that's pretty nice. Bright Hope. A reinforced token assigned to your force section adds 2 dodge results instead of 1. Whew. Wow. Quantum Storm. At the start of the end phase, if you have 1 or fewer energy tokens, gain 1 energy token. It's kind of cool. Duty Free. When performing a jam action, you may choose an enemy ship at range 1 to 3 instead of 1 to 2. Combat Retrofit. Increase your hull value by 2 and shield value by 1. It is a 10-point upgrade. One more time. It is a 10-point upgrade. Well, that's everything in the box. That's pretty cool stuff. I'm going to get some of these on the table soon. Play my friends, play some scenarios, have some good times. Thank you all and have a good one. Wootzor out.
We're on the ground.